The answer to having a great company is not to focus on technology or focus on AI. Those are tools that are accelerants to a well-run company. You still have to have a well-run, well-organized company with well-trained people.
Welcome to the Dwayne Kerrigan podcast, and I'm your host, Dwayne Kerrigan. With 35 years in business and close to 30 ventures across 12 industries, I've seen a lot. Amid the celebrity allure of entrepreneurship, many exceptional entrepreneurs remain shadowed. Here, I team up with these hidden talents to unveil their challenges and successes. Dive in with me to unearth entrepreneurial gems, learn from our experiences, and get educated. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you didn't catch the first part of this episode, go back to last week, take a listen. Here's the second piece. We hope that you guys are getting everything that you need out of these conversations. We appreciate you tuning in and listening and sharing and subscribing and all that kind of stuff. Thanks so much, guys. Have an amazing day and week, and we will chat with you soon. Enjoy.
You only change because you want to change. You only change because this makes sense to you. If it doesn't make sense to you, keep doing it what you're doing. No problem.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me.
It's not your time. It's not your
It's
time.
not your time. It's not your time. Go knock yourself out. I don't tie myself in knots. I don't do anything. I'm only looking for Dwaynes. I'm only looking for people. I didn't come to you. You came to me. I'm only looking for Dwaynes. I only want to talk to the people that get it. Everybody else, knock yourself out. I have no time whatsoever to convince you of common sense. Zero.
So let's just take that one next level from a coaching standpoint. When we're talking to owners who are like, okay, I love this. I'm bought into it. And I'm going to go to the leader and I'm going to chat with them and we're going to do this together. And we've agreed to do it. But this takes commitment. This is a committed.
Burn the ship commitment. Burn the ship commitment. Like you're not going any other way. This is the direction you're going, and you are not turning back.
Yeah.
That's the level of commitment.
What does the coaching need to look like when they run up against people who are like, well, they're kind of in, but they're like, well, I gotta say I'm in because the owner wants to do this. But this is a lot of work and I'm really busy. And because, as we, in a lot of organizations, doesn't seem like yours, but you've created this culture over years. But when you're shifting cultures, so you're going from, this culture to a lean culture, it's going to have some growing pains. And so how do you manage those growing pains moving forward?
Three things: slow and consistent and self-selection. Slow, consistent, and self-selection. So what that means is you must do it slowly, but you must do it absolutely consistently. That means you always 3S and you never make an excuse. You always have a morning meeting. Everyone's got time for a 5 or 10-minute morning meeting, period. Everyone's got time to clean up their crap every morning before they work. Everyone has time. So slow, consistent, and self-select. Self-select, the people that don't want to do this will self-select out. They will say, I can't deal with this, and they'll go somewhere else.
And the message, the bumper sticker there is, you get what you tolerate. If there's owners out there who are not willing to have those hard conversations and be committed to this process, they are going to go ahead.
100%, 100% in Espanol. 100%. Yep. You get what you tolerate. I don't tolerate anything but excellence. Here's a conversation I have with people. People ask me this all the time. One of my most famous talks I give. Bob doesn't want to do lean. Bob doesn't want to make improvements. He doesn't want to make improvement videos. He doesn't want to 3S. He doesn't want to really participate in the morning meeting. So I pull Bob. I don't have an office, Dwayne, so I have to pull him into my conference room because I have no office. I'm always on the Gemba. I'm always on the shop floor working with people. So I pull him into my conference room and I say, Bob, this is a conversation I have. One of the most important things I'll say in our podcast today. You ready? Bob, I have determined as the president of this company that the way that we can guarantee your future, my future, you can buy groceries, you can buy a new car, you can plan a vacation for your family, maybe put some money away, buy a house and everything else. I've concluded unequivocally that the only way that's going to happen for sure is if this company does lean, because it's going to create stability in the company. It's going to please our customers. It's going to produce higher quality. It's going to reduce costs and reduce burden on our people, our customers, and our entire system and processes. So in order to do that, we have to train our people every day. We have to do daily 3Sing. We have to do morning improvements every day, and we have to make small improvement videos. Now, I understand, Bob, that you may not want to do that, and you may think Paul Akers is freaking crazy and he's a nutcase and everything, and I get that, and that's totally fine. But I got to explain something to you, Bob. Okay, this is the direction we're going. This is what everyone's going to do. And if you don't understand what I'm trying to say, I will train you. I will teach you. I will take you to Japan. I will spend any amount of money in the world. I will work shoulder to shoulder with you. I'll work with you on every process. Whatever problem there is, I'll come to your beck and call. I'll give you all the resources, spend the money, do anything you want. But I will not cajole you, cuss at you, swear at you, poke you, prod you, or anything else to get you to do this. And if I have to, you're going to get the hell out of here now. Make your decision. What's it going to be? Lean, or are you going to go somewhere else? That's the conversation. That's simple.
And then, sorry, and I got to ask this question because I know you do business in California. So, and California is a very strict labor state.
Nightmare.
And just like Canada. So get the nightmare. How do you handle that? What is that? What might that look like?
Give me an example. What's the handle?
Well,
they make me put Prop 13 stickers on everything, that kind of nonsense. I mean, I have to deal with that. There's nothing I can deal with.
Yeah. And that conversation, you document it and you have 1, 2, or 3 conversations, and whatever the law is, you follow the law.
Yeah. We have to comply. We definitely have to comply. But of course, if we have an unreasonable customer, that's asking us to do an unreasonable thing, we fire customers. That's a regular thing. That's not a problem with me at all. If we have an idiot customer that is not reasonable, or wants us to do something crazy, we say, you know what, we're not the right company for you. You have to find somebody else.
I love it. You talked
and that goes for vendors too.
Actually, great point. So how does that work? Like, what was the most difficult thing with setting up vendors on this? Because you must have and I'll use this as an example. Like, you had made a comment when you were talking in your speech, which is you communicate through video. You don't reply to emails. You communicate through videos. And I remember the next morning going, oh man, like, we were talking about your speech, and I was like, God, it was so awesome. I'm going to send him a note. And then she's like, you can't send him a note. He doesn't read them. And you're the only guy that I flicked the video onto, but it's been
awesome. And I love it. And I'll never forget. It was beautiful. You sent me a video message. It was awesome.
Yeah. Because that's how you said you communicate. And I just went, well, I mean, because you're so passionate about this stuff, it's like people follow that process.
Exactly.
But Paul, I got to tell you, it was a huge gift for me, and I'll tell you why it was a huge gift. And I want people to hear this, because now I've sent many videos to people in communicating with them, and the response is phenomenal. But I actually feel, as the communicator, like I'm actually expressing my communication in a more clear manner. And they get a chance to see that, like, there's no misconstruing my intent behind the message, because you can't read it and go, oh man, I wonder if he's pissed off or something. It's like,
they see your beautiful inflection and your smile and your winsomeness and everything, and they go, wow, I want to do that for Dwayne right now. Yeah, I know, it's amazing.
And it makes, and the other thing that I found, and I'm just sharing this experience so that the audience can kind of reflect on it, but it's like, the other experience was it holds me to another standard. And what I mean by that is, like, it's very easy to kind of like pick up your phone and go, oh, hey, I need this, or hey, what about this? And so, you lift up the camera and you're like, hey man, how you doing? And so the conversations have been beautiful back and forth, and they've been like added value for me as a sender. So,
and fun. Lean is fun. It is fun. It should be pure joy if you're doing it right.
Yeah, and I feel like that is one of those things where this could be construed as, oh my God, this is going to be a lot of work. Holy
Pure
shit.
joy. Pure joy.
Explain that.
Well,
Explain the mindset behind it because,
well, who doesn't like to go to work and the hammer's where the hammer's supposed to be, and the toilet paper's where the toilet paper's supposed to be, and the cream's in the refrigerator when you need it, and the coffee pucks did run out? Who doesn't want all that? Who doesn't want to be in a flow state where everything just works? You walk into the airport and the line's a mile long. I mean, that's not flow. Who loves to walk into an airport and you see three people in the security line, just boom, 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 go through, and you get on your plane shows up. Who doesn't want that? I mean, it's all basic stuff. There's nothing arduous about this. It's just the opposite. It makes everything easy, but you got to slow down. You got to improve your processes. Ask yourself why they're not going well, and start improving. And the one improvement's not going to solve all your problems. It's going to probably be about 30 improvements, 50 improvements per process, and you'll get it refined to the point where it really is working nicely.
so what, so I guess, and this is probably part of the sweep part of it, sweep, sort, and standards.
Standardize. Right.
When in the, like, let's say, for example, we'll take tools. You've got a ton of tools. We have some tools. They need to go in the proper place, like you
Correct.
said earlier, so that you can, when you go to look for, nothing drives me more crazy when I go into my garage and I'm looking for something and somebody hasn't put it back.
Exactly.
Oh, like it drives me nuts. Wasting that time drives me crazy.
Right. Right.
So my original question was going to be, when you can't go and find that tool, when somebody doesn't put it back the way it's supposed to be, or somebody's using it, or whatever that might look like. But then
What do you do? What do you do? Right? What do you
yeah,
do?
what do you do?
I gave you the answer earlier. I'm quizzing you just a little bit. Is it a
And
people or is it a process problem?
no, it's a process. So
You're
my
right. So you didn't
hallucination
have
was,
right.
you if you need more than one hammer, you should have two hammers, and so there's an accessibility part to the process.
Well, the
Uh,
problem is most people have 10 hammers. Think about this, Dwayne. Most
mhm.
people have 10 hammers because they don't have a standard on where the hammer is kept. It's just randomly thrown in a toolbox. So every time they don't find it, they go to the store and they buy another one. But if there's a place, a shadow foam, we have Kaizen foam, we put all of our tools in Kaizen foam. This foam, it's cut out. If there's a place that the hammer goes, and the minute the hammer is not there, it's the lost sheep and you go running to find it. Then when you go to the hardware store, you're not tempted to buy another hammer because you know where the hammers go. The process is clear. So it's always a process problem. It's almost always a process problem. So if I was to show you my drawers, I don't know if I can do it. I'll pick up my computer right now just for fun. Let's see what happens. Okay.
Yep,
Are you watching me now? Can you
I'm
see
watching.
me?
Yep.
Can you see?
Hmm.
You
Yep.
can see, right?
Yep.
Okay, so look at this is my drawer in my office. I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold the computer and open. You ready? You
Yep.
ready? Can you see that?
Yeah, it's all laid out. Is that all in foam or is
Yeah,
it?
that's all in foam. So look at when the screwdriver is missing, it's obvious the screwdriver is missing. So my family comes in my drawer. They take this big, huge ink pen. Oh, the ink pen. Andrea, where's the ink pen? Leanne, where's the ink pen? Do you see how that works?
Yep.
So that's being in flow.
Right. And then
Did
who
that
does
help at
that?
all? Did that
Do you?
help at all?
Yeah. Do you do that, or do
I
you
did
have
it.
people
Yeah.
that do it?
No,
You
no,
do.
no, no. I do it. I do it. I just did it this morning. I have the most amazing guitar. I have a little guitar that I travel with all over the world. It goes in a tiny backpack. The neck comes apart. And the top of it is Kaizen foam where my capo and my picks are. And I just did it today. I just literally redid it. I had it. I did it. And I didn't think it was good enough. So I redid it this morning. Part of my 3Sing when I was cleaning my office and cleaning things up, I said, oh, you know what? That guitar case, it needs to be improving. So I went out and spent 15 minutes and made my guitar case better. And as a result, the next time I pick up my backpack in 3 days to go to Japan, I'm going to go, yeah,
Right.
I'm never going to run out of my pick. I'm never going to look for my capo. I'm never going to look for my Allen wrench to adjust my truss rod. I've got everything. Everything's perfect. It's perfect.
And that is the morning. In the morning, you're doing the
That's the
improvement
3Sing.
piece.
That's the
That's the
3Sing.
improvement piece.
That's the 3Sing. And it's awesome. It's so awesome. I can't even tell you. I get so excited when I think about it. Everything's getting better. Everything in my life is getting better every day. What do you feel like? What does a person feel like when everything is getting better?
Yeah. The secret to happiness is progress, right? And when
It,
things are
it,
getting better,
it
it's
is
progress.
improvement, and and why people are depressed because nothing's changing. As a matter of fact, they're in decline. This lean thing, this idea of continuous improvement, is like the secret to life, secret to happiness, the secret to success in every avenue, whether it be sports. I applied it to my health. I applied it to my travel. I applied it to everything I do.
Okay, I actually want to talk to you about health and life. But before we do, I had one question written down here that I just want to touch base on is Gemba walkthroughs. You had mentioned Gemba earlier.
Mhm.
And so how does that like there you hear a lot about Gemba walkthroughs and what that should look like, whether it's you're walking through the floor of your company, whether you're walking through a job site, whether you're walking through a restaurant, whatever that might look like, a car dealership, the back shop, the front shop. Talk to me about the principles of Gemba walkthroughs.
Well, first of all, in my opinion, the leader should not really have an office. They should always be on the Gemba. And the why? Because the Gemba, the place where the work is being done, that's where the money's being made. That's where the value is being added for the customer. The customer is not, let's take your aggregate business. The customer doesn't want to pay for some nice cushy office with air conditioning and pictures and his golf clubs in the corner and all that. That's not what the customer wants. The customer wants the aggregate on time at a reasonable price when they need it and the amount they need it and the quality they need it. That's what they want. So all the value is added out on the floor, out on the Gemba. So the president of the company should be on the Gemba. And what is the purpose? To help the people solve problems. So when I go on the Gemba, the very first thing I'm doing most of the time, to be honest with you, is praising everyone and thanking everyone for the great work. Wow, that's amazing, Lucas. Wow, Yuri, that's unbelievable. Vlad, that's amazing what you're doing. Wow, it's so cool. That's 90% of what I do because my place is so dialed in. But before it was all dialed in, I would go, Vlad, what's some problems? Well, Paul, I'm having problems with the machine. It really doesn't die cut correctly. And there's something, well, Lurie, let's take a look at it. Vlad, let's take a look at what can we do? Well, I think we need this solved and that. Okay, let's get the resource. Let's get this done. So I'm always solving problems. The purpose of being on the Gemba is to help your people solve problems.
Well, let's talk about solving problems because that is a solving problems is a problem for a lot of people. And it's and I've experienced this and I really tried to fix it myself. I worked very, very hard at it. I bring a lot of attention and awareness to it because, I met a lot of my needs of significance and certainty by solving people's problems for them. And so, what is your take on how do you help people solve the problems? Do you have a process like there's the 131? How do you look at it? I'm
Well,
very curious on that.
very, very good question. Very, very good question, Dwayne. So the key to solving people's problems is not to solve the problems, to let
Right.
them solve their problems. Because if they solve their problems, they're going to really buy into the idea of problem solving. But if you just project on them what you want them to do, they're going to feel like, they're not going to be invested in it. So what I do is I'll walk onto the Gemba and I say, okay, so how's everything going, Yuri? Well, we're having problems with the machine. What do you think we can do? Well, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Well, I tell you what, Yuri, I'm going to come back in 30 minutes. Give me three solutions on what we can do. I'll see you in 30 minutes. So I challenge them, but I put it back on them to come up with the solutions. And then after 30 minutes, I come back. So Yuri, what's the three ideas? Well, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. Well, which one do you think will work the best? Well, I think it's easiest to do this one because we can at least try it right now. We don't have to order anything. Well, let's do it, Yuri. Go ahead. I'll be back in another half hour. Let me see what happens. That's the way you Gemba walk.
Yeah, yeah. So I love that. I mean, essentially that's the 131 principle, but the difference that you noted there was giving them a little bit of time, taking up the pressure for them to think about the answer, not, okay, well, what are your three ideas right now? Yeah, I love that.
Come back 30 minutes. Always challenge and then come back and tell them, and they know you're coming back. They're thinking, man. They're thinking, and pretty soon you don't have to do any of this stuff. I don't have to do any of this stuff with my people. I'll do it. Everyone does this naturally. Everyone's just constantly solving problems. They don't need me at all. Zero.
Yeah, you're the one probably learning from them now.
Oh, completely.
Yeah, the constant reminders and the
I almost
constant
don't know what's
sharing.
going on in my company anymore. It's so they're so far ahead.
That's amazing. A lot of owners and leaders get stuck with their time being pulled into meetings, paperwork, emails, different
Why?
communication
Why?
that's
Why?
wasted.
Why? I mean, it's just
Well,
all waste. It's crazy the stuff people do. It's crazy when I watch it. I just laugh. I'm in
yes,
huge factories with 10,000 employees, Mercedes Benz. I'm all over the world. I see this all the time. It's a total joke.
yeah. So, what's the secret there? Like, where can we help the people who are listening? Sorry, it's not really we. It's more you.
Well, the only way you're going to do it again is going back to this being illuminated. You must have a keen understanding of what's really going on. What's really going on is all the value for the customers being added on the Gemba. It's not being added in you having endless meetings and everything. And you have to ask yourself why. In Japanese vernacular, we say nande, nande, nande. Why are you in these meetings? Poor communication. Nobody listens. I don't know what it is. There's all kinds of reasons. I rarely have meetings. I mean, I don't even know what those are. You know what I mean? It's just so rare. It's unbelievable.
And is that and are your people having meetings, or and you're
When
just
it's appropriate, yeah, they'll have it.
yeah,
For instance, I'll give you an example of a meeting in our company. So uh, we have our morning meeting for a half hour, and then the production supervisor will say, "Hey, we're going to have a quick meeting in production." So the 8 people that are in production will go over, and the lead person will say, "Okay, these are some of the issues we have. We have this huge order from Amazon. We got to crank this out, and we need to get a few more people in here from graphic design to come help us. We call that bus. We get people from other departments to come help us if we're overburdened. And we have a new process on how we're doing the 2P10 activators. So the new process is this. So they're training the people in that short little meeting they're having. They're training them on the new process, and they're apprising them of the fact that Amazon just ordered 2,000 of these and they have to be done by the end of the day. So that would be an example of a meeting that they would have.
right, super short. There's no. Do you guys have like Monday morning operations meetings where
Nope,
the
nope. No, no. We have our morning meeting that's all together. And then if a department needs a meeting for some reason, if shipping and receiving, injection molding, engineering, whatever, they'll have a quick meeting of their people, address some of the issues, or maybe they're working on a big Kaizen, a big project that they're working on. They'll put the 5 people together in engineering. They'll say, okay, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to move the injection molding 5 feet to the left so we can fit in this new chiller. Anybody got any ideas on how to do that, or any suggestions? And the engineers will look at it and say, well, I think, the water line's there, but we need a bigger compressor tank to deal with the additional airflow that we need. So let's get a big tank. We can put that down there. And they'll discuss those kinds of things.
yeah, okay.
Does that make any sense?
No, it does. It really makes a lot of sense. I mean, my hallucination is your turnover is damn near zero.
Yeah, it's low. But not only that, Dwayne, this is going to shock all your listeners. We have no HR department. We have no maintenance department. We have no financial department. We have no janitorial department. We have no sales department, and we have no marketing department. So and we're in 40 countries. We have thousands of distributors all over the world with thousands of products. And how do you do that? Well, all that stuff is waste. We don't need any of that stuff. We don't need it. Our people maintain everything. They maintain the whole facility perfectly. We don't need HR because we've leaned out the whole process. If you want to work for our company, you have to do a video horizontally, just like you sent me that video. You have to tell me about yourself in 1 to 2 minutes. We won't accept a resume. We don't have a sales department because our factory is so amazing. We have 750,000 views on our tour video. The whole world comes to us. Everybody wants to buy our product. We don't need salespeople. We don't need to market to anyone because our customers tell everybody about everybody. I mean, everything's so lean, it's ridiculous because we're all focused on the Gemba.
Explain Gemba then to everybody so that they get a full understanding of what that really means.
Okay, good. So the way to understand Gemba is to understand it in the way the Japanese understand it. So if a reporter, let's say there's a crime in Tokyo, which there aren't very many crimes in Tokyo because it's one of the safest places in the world, but let's say there's a crime. Let's say there's a big car accident in Tokyo, which again, I don't know if I've ever seen. I think I've seen like 3 car accidents in 25 years in Japan. Literally, it's just so rare because people are trained so well to drive. But let's say there is a big accident in Tokyo. The reporter would come on and they would have the newscast, the camera would be rolling, and the reporter would be standing there. There'd be steam from the car crash, and the reporter would say, "This is Mommy Takeda coming to you live from the Gemba." That's the word they would use, which means the scene of the crime.
Mm. Gemba
The
means
Gemba
scene of
is
the
the
crime?
scene of the crime. It's the place where the action is happening. That is the Gemba. The scene of the crime, the place where the action is happening.
Obviously you have a Gemba walkthrough then, walking through the place of action. And
But there is no Gemba act. There is no walkthrough for me because I don't have an office. I have to be on the Gemba. There's no
right,
walls in my company. The office is on the Gemba. There's no partition between the office and the people doing the work. They literally are talking to one another and communicating. That's how big the Gemba is. That's how important the Gemba is.
right. Now, what if, let's say in our business, when you have different work sites, you've got trucks going out, you've got different things happening, what would you recommend in terms of Gemba walk, or I keep on saying the word Gemba walkthrough, but it's like the Gemba visits when you're
Are you
going to
ready
a
for
job,
this, Dwayne?
when you're going to a job
I,
site,
I don't know. And it doesn't matter because you'll figure it out.
right?
Once you have the principles, you'll figure out exactly what to do. You'll
Mm-hmm.
figure out exactly what to do. I'm not going to give you the answer. And that's one of the things the leaders need to do. Stop giving the answers. Start challenging people to figure it out. You'll
Because it
figure it
goes
out.
ultimately it goes back to
Yeah, it goes to the eight
the eight,
ways. Figure
eight
out the eight
ways,
ways. Right,
right?
exactly. Why are
You
you
walk,
locked in your office? Why,
yeah,
why aren't you out figuring out why the mixing machine's not working well, or figuring out how we can make the mixing machine more efficient? Why is the two different aggregates always getting mixed together? Why aren't the partitions between them more effective? Why are there potholes? I've been in so many gravel pits I can't even tell you, and concrete mixing places and asphalt. Yeah, they're chaos. They're absolute chaos. It's rare that you'll ever go to a concrete aggregate, uh, prefab concrete place. They're just total chaos. Just problems everywhere,
yeah, yeah.
except for the
Equipment,
lean ones.
equipment problems, people problems. Yeah.
Just safety problems, everything problems, problems, problems. Actually, there's a great video, Toronto Concrete, a huge company in Ireland that just went through a 6-month transformation with 2 second lean. And it's the most breathtaking tour you've ever seen. I can't even begin to tell you. And they went from total chaos to total order and total functionality at the highest level in 6 months. Big company, big company, big company. Yeah, because the owner went to Japan with me, and the owner realized how the deficiency, the gap between what the Japanese were doing and what he was doing, and he thought he was good. And then when I showed him what the Japanese were doing, he felt like a total moron, just like I felt like a total moron when the Japanese showed me what they were doing.
Yeah.
And he went back and he said, "Stop. We're doing this. It's not negotiable. We're not like going to try it. It's not the flavor of the month. We're going to do this, and we're going to do it in 6 months." And he was so focused on getting it done. He got out of his office, spent all his time working with his people, completely transformed the whole company. Toronto Concrete, it's on the internet. I posted them all on my YouTube channel. Breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. And it's Toronto with an A, TAR, Toronto Concrete.
How important is it to be doing things on the spot? Like, I noticed that with you. I used to work with a guy named Mike Mayer, and he like we would be talking about something. He'd go, "Let me get on that," and he'd pick up the phone and call somebody, or he'd send a note out to
Super
somebody.
important. Action this day, Winston Churchill. It's one of the history lessons we do. Action this day. Winston Churchill came out of his bomb shelter after the Germans had bombed London, and he said to his interior secretary, "Why are the streets all full of rubble? Why has this not been cleaned up?" He said, "Prime Minister, they just bombed us last night." And Churchill said to him, "Action this day."
Yeah, I feel like we, as a as a society, put things on task lists.
There's a time and the place, but most of the time stuff should be able to be executed pretty quickly.
Well, and let's actually, I'd love your opinion on that because how do you determine the difference between prioritization? When somebody puts something to you and we're all taught to prioritize or delegate. So like if there's something that needs to be, when you're talking about action this day, if like you're always taking all these actions on low priority items, where's the fine line between the two?
Well, so now you're entering into another subject which is very powerful and I teach on. It's called Getting Things Done. David Allen's book, Getting Things Done. Are you familiar with that?
Mm-mm.
All the top leaders in the world, whether it be the head of Google, Apple, you name it, they're all the top leaders are doing getting things done. And basically, the problem that people have, I don't want to digress too much here, but I think this will help the listeners a lot. All day long, we have all this stuff coming at us. Bah, 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 do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, phone ringing, messages, emails, all this stuff, right? And the problem is we're kind of, there's this ambient anxiety of, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. What I do is every time someone asks me to do something, I either do it that minute, like you asked me to send you Toronto Concrete, or I'll open up to do and I'll capture that right now and I'll put it in my capture list, which is basically my bucket just to dump everything into immediately. And then I am done. And then look at that. I push done and I'm back with you. So I'm not distracted. I could focus with you. So the key principle behind getting things done is to never have your brain trying to remember everything. Anytime anyone asks you to do something, you can either do it in 60 seconds or less, or 2 minutes or less is the rule, or you put it and you dump it immediately on a list. And then every 2 or 3 hours, you review the list and the things you've been dumping on that list, delegate them, organize them, or take the appropriate action. That's how I do it. So I don't have any stress at all. I have hundreds of people communicating with me from all over the world every day. I answer most of my messages just in time, very, very quickly. And if not, I'll put it on a list like I just did. Dwayne, send Toronto Concrete. And then as soon as we get off this podcast, I'll look at those messages, I'll look at those notes, and I'll send that to you and you'll get it. And you'll never follow up with me ever and say, Paul, you forgot to do that. There's no follow up.
No, there is
Did
no
I answer
follow
your
up.
question or no?
Yeah, no. So I got getting things done. I'm repeating this, so everybody
Right.
get this
Very
from
good.
David Allen.
That's
Two
correct.
minutes or less.
Do it
Um,
now.
do it now, and if not, drop it on a list, and you either delegate it, organize it, or what was the third one?
What you're going to do is you're going to take those. Okay, this is a very important concept. So first of all, I want to say the word capture. So everything that's coming at you must be captured into a big trash can. It just gets dumped into that trash can. And then every 2 hours, you look in that trash can, that capture can, and you pull those things out and you put them in the appropriate list on where the work is done. So when I look at that Dwayne, send the thing to Dwayne, I would put that on my telephone message list. Okay, so I have a list, all the messages I need to return. If it's something I do on the computer, I put it on my computer list. If it's something I do at home, I do it at home. If it's something I do in the injection molding department at FastCap, it's on my injection molding. So when I walk into injection molding, I open up that list. I say, these are the 5 things I need to do in injection molding. So everything is based on the proximity. The list is based on the proximity of where the work is done. This is the basic principles of getting things done. So I have the most amazing thing on my phone of everything I do, from when I speak, when I get on a flight, when I remembering people's names, to the guitar, the songs I'm learning on the guitar, to what I do when I'm in Japan, when I get on the bus, when I start up my plane and I have to, anything in my life has a list of where the work is done. And when I go to my airplane, when I go to my house in Maui, when I go to my house in San Diego, I click on that before I get on the plane and I say, oh, San Diego, I need to bring 2 bidet toilet seats and 1 blender, right? Instead of getting to San Diego and say, damn, I forgot those bidet toilet seats in the blender. I have a list of everything that needs to be done on where it gets done. So first, I'm driving down the road and I say, I got to remember to bring my surfboard to Maui. I got to remember. I immediately capture it, surfboard Maui. Then every 2 hours, when I'm looking through my list, I put that on the Maui list. Then I say, hey, hon, let's go to Maui next month. I open up my Maui list. I go, I need these 5 things in Maui. I order them on Amazon. I get on the plane. Everything's there. I'm in flow.
Got it. So you have somewhere, just to clarify, you must have on your prioritized daily task list of some sort, you'll have like categories: Maui, the house, the cottage, the
right,
whatever,
everything. So watch what I'm going to do. This is going to blow you away, Dwayne. Okay, I'm going to go to you. I'm going to go to WhatsApp. Okay, DW. I'm going to pull up my It's called Text Expander keyboard. It's a blue keyboard. See how it's blue?
Yep.
I'm going to type in the word GTD. Look at your phone, Dwayne. Okay, here we go. GT. I'm pushing the D, and then check your phone. What does it say?
Getting Things Done by David Allen.
And what else?
And then David's a friend. I've interviewed him several times. The following playlist of 8 videos goes over, and there's links to YouTube videos.
Everything you need. So if you want to learn GTD and you want to teach your people GTD the way I've been teaching it to you in the last 5 or 10 minutes, I just gave you everything and I didn't have to work at it. All I did was type in the word GTD and you have everything and you can disseminate it to thousands of people all over the world. That's being in flow. Because I took the time, and this is where I'm getting so emphatic with you and with the listeners because I want to get this point across. Because when I realized somebody asked me for GTD information, I didn't say, oh God. I said, I'm going to stop. I'm going to make a process so I could just type in the word GTD and the whole world can get that instantly. That's a process serving me so I'm in flow. So I have hundreds of those text expanders. You could ask me about any subject you want and I can push that and boom, you get it. If you want my app on your phone, look at your phone, PLA Play, my app, there it is right there. I just sent it to you. There's my app. It's all free. All my books, all 7 books in audio format in 20 languages. Done. You have it all. Just like that. Any subject. You want to know about Kanban? You asked me about Kanban, right? K-A-N. Watch your phone. Look at your phone. Kanban. All the videos on Kanbans. Done.
Dude, that's
everything you
wild.
need.
I didn't even know you could do this.
That's in flow. I'm in flow. My whole life is just pure joy because I get so much shit done. I get more done in every day than most people get done in a month. In one day, I get that much done.
Yeah, no, I can see that because this would have taken half an hour to send all this
and
stuff
5
out.
assistants and explain it. I don't explain it. I don't have an assistant. I've got a big freaking company dealing with people all over the world. I have no assistant. Nobody helps me. I have processes to help me with every detail in my life.
And you just realized like, hey, I've sent this out once. I might as well copy it, put it into a text extender. And
exactly
because I talk about this stuff all the time.
And I'll be pure joy and I'll just be happy. I'll be like, wow, I can help so many people so quickly. No friction.
Yeah. And even your internal mindset, you're like, oh God,
completely. And I'm not thinking to myself right now, I got to remember. It's already captured. I already captured it. So I'm not even worried about it. I know it will get done as soon as we hang up this phone call.
Powerful. That right there. Like everybody should have their own text expanders.
Mm-hmm. It's huge. And there's a video on that. There's a video on text expander. I'm not going to look for it right now. And here, I'll see if I can pull it up right now. Yep, there it is right there. I just sent it to you. How to use text expander. I just sent it to you. It's on your phone.
Thanks, buddy.
Everything you need to know.
Just send me all your text expanders.
Oh God, you'd be so overwhelmed. I will. I'll send you.
Don't send them all.
They'll blow you away. But that would be overproduction. Then you'd be so overburdened. So I got to be careful. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, good lesson, right? That's overproduction.
Right. Exactly. That's overproduction. Then you're going to look at me and you're going to be paralyzed. Oh God, I got this too much. Right.
Well, so while we're on that topic, define slow to me. You had said there was 3 things: slow, consistent, and self-selective when we're working at implementing. Describe slow to me, or to us, if you can, because slow to one person is different than to another. And
a great example would be this. Okay, I got to sand a bunch of wood out there. Okay, I've got to sand a whole bunch of wood. And it's happening right now. A guy's building a new awning on one of my shops for all my equipment. And he's got to sand all the wood. So most people would just go out there, start sanding on the wood. But a smart person, they would go slow. They would think to themselves, okay, what do I need to do this job properly? I need the sandpaper. I need the sander. I need the extension cord. I need the sawhorses. I need a potential covering because it could be raining, a little tent system so I can sand any of the rent outside so I'm not getting dust all over the place. I need the stain, I need the workbenches, and I need the stickers to pile the wood on when it's done sanding. So most people just pull the sander out, extension cord, and start sanding. But the smart lean guy would look at that, analyze it, say, okay, let's get everything ready. Let's prepare the entire area. Let's get everything organized, make sure I got everything. Then when I go, I'm working smoothly. So that's going slow. Not rushing into work, but thinking, what do I really need to work and work effectively? That's slow.
How do we take this? So you wrote the book, Lean Life, Lean Health. I'd love for you to share. I mean, at the end of the day, we have all types of problems in our lives until you don't have your health, and then you have one problem. So I would love to hear your take on, and your two-time Ironman, climb Kilimanjaro, base camp.
Well, it's again everything Paul Akers does is so simple, it's ridiculous. So the way to have good health is like brain dead simple. Stop opening packages. 80% fruits and vegetables, not organic, just 80% fruits and vegetables, 20% protein. That's it. If you start doing that, your health is going. You're going to go like me from 237 to 175 in 2 Ironman. That's all I did. It took me 1 year.
You were
I didn't
two
do anything
thirty.
else.
How long ago were you 237? Because
10 years ago, about 10 years ago.
honestly, because when I met you, I remember you, like you were wearing a white shirt. You were sitting on the chair, and I walked up and I introduced myself, and I remember reaching out and putting my hand on your shoulder and shaking your hand. And I remember thinking, dude's in good shape. Like not skinny
Right,
weak, but like
right.
muscular and
Right.
strong. So 80% fruits and vegetables,
80% fruits and
20%
vegetables,
protein.
20% protein. That's it. You can choose fish, chicken, steak. I don't care what you eat, cheese, whatever you want. But just get rid of all the garbage food. Every time you open a package, there's sugar in it. There's all kinds of crap in it. It's just the sugar kills you. All the drinks kill you. All those energy drinks, all that nonsense. I drink water and tea. I even gave up alcohol about 2 years ago, and I don't have anything against alcohol necessarily. I drink a glass of wine once or twice a week. I don't even do that anymore. I don't need it, and I don't want the little tiny sleepiness or buzz that I get from it, and I don't do anything. It's just, and my health is perfect. My health is not good. It's perfect. I'm
Yeah.
65 years old. I kite surf. I skateboard every day. I mean, there's nothing I don't do.
And what is the, do you work out? Are
Oh
you in
yeah,
the gym
every
at
day,
all?
every day, every day. I have a 5 minute routine every day, anywhere in the world. Remember, I said consistency, slow and consistent. If I say I have to go to the gym every day, that's a huge. I don't have time to go to the gym every day. I get down in my bathroom, in my house, in the hotel room. I don't care where it is. Pump out the 47 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 57 or 47 leg extensions, a couple scissors, 10 scissors like this to keep my ab all tight, some squats. That's just 5 minutes. Takes nothing.
Yeah.
Simple.
And you're in amazing shape. Good for you. What about a lean life?
The essence of lean life is you need to take a piece of paper, an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, or your phone, whatever you want, and write down what makes you happy and what makes you mad. And you have these two opposing things. And I just said, if I was happy, I would be a very accomplished musician. I would be a very accomplished author. I would be in excellent health. I would be able to participate in some extreme sports, kite surfing, foiling, Ironman, things like that. That's what would make me happy. If I could define myself as that, and I could also decide, one of the things that I wrote down and I talk about this in the book, is that people would look at me and say, this dude is freaking smart. He knows history. He knows science. He can talk about a diverse subject matter with intelligence and great acumen. 10 years ago, I couldn't do those things. So then I said, what do I have to do to get to that level? What are the habits? What are the things I need to do to accomplish those goals? And I said, I need to play guitar every day, 5 minutes a day. I've already played an hour today. I'll send you my recording right now, Dwayne, of what I sent to 5 people today on my recording on what I sang today. This is a song I did. It's 1 minute long. You don't have to watch it. It's too long. You already have it. Okay.
Okay.
So I played guitar today. I'm an accomplished musician. I write music. I play guitar really well. Okay. I just started working on all those things. And today I'm the happiest guy in the world because I've got just this plethora of things that I could do at a very, very high level. And then I said, what makes me pissed? What are the things that really pisses me off? And I found out what makes me angry and what makes me happy. And I started dealing with those things. That's lean life.
Would you share? Can you share what pissed you off? Do
Oh,
you mind?
hell, my health was one. My health was terrible. The other thing was when I would speak to people in certain groups, remember I have a wide plethora of people that I do business with, from billionaires to shop floor people. And some of these upper echelon people would not necessarily give me the credence that I wanted, the respect that I wanted, or the credence that I wanted, because they could tell by the way I spoke the level of depth and understanding that I had about particular subject matters. And that frustrated the hell out of me. Said no more. Started reading history backwards and forwards. I can tell you anything about, what do you want to know about Chinese history? You want to know about European history, American history? What do you want to know about? I can talk to you about anything. You want to talk about politics? I can talk about politics in Denmark, talk about politics in Germany. I can talk about the AFD party. You tell me what you want to talk about. You want to talk about Argentina? You want to talk about Milei? You want to talk about Xi? You want to talk about the Korean leader that's almost a communist right now that just got elected? Let's talk. You know what I mean? I can talk to you about a wide variety of subjects with great knowledge. So I filled in, I backfilled those voids. So I can go anywhere in the world and have a discussion with anyone in the world, and they're like, "Holy shit, this guy knows what the hell he's talking about."
So people who are listening to this that are saying, wow, you don't have to go to your business runs so well, like you can spend time on this stuff, or they're making up some type of story or excuse. And they're, for those people who are trapped or feel trapped, sorry, they're not trapped, but they feel trapped in the everyday grind, and they own a business and they're working, whatever, 15, 20 hours a week, or not, well, not 20, but not a week, sorry, a day, 12, 15, 18 hours a day. And they feel like they're on a treadmill. What is the advice? What is the thinking? What's the shared recall that you would be able to put towards somebody that would help make them a shift in their thinking or their psychology?
I will guarantee that anyone who's listening right now, that in 1 year, if they do this simple prescription that I'm telling them, they will be 5 times ahead of where they are today, if not 10 times ahead of where they are today. Every day, make an improvement to something. Develop the habit of making the tiniest improvement every day and never miss for the rest of your life. It will go crazy. Instead of making one improvement, you'll be making 2 improvements. Instead of making 3 improvements, I made 30 improvements today. 30 improvements. I have the most outrageous house in the whole world. You've seen my house. It's unbelievable. You saw the drawers. How could a guy with something this perfect, with the perfect car washing stations, the perfect drawers, the perfect sock drawer, the perfect, make 30 improvements today? I made 30 freaking improvements today.
And do you track those every day?
No, never.
No.
Never.
Okay.
No, there's no point. I mean, I post them on YouTube when I think it will help somebody. Like the other day, I had my concrete. I have a beautiful driveway and 30-year-old house, and the concrete settled a little bit. I'll send you the video right now, Dwayne. It's incredible. I made a 2-minute video just to inspire people. So my concrete, there's a couple lips in a couple places. I hired a company to come in with foam. They drill a hole in the concrete. They inject foam underneath it and raise the concrete back up so everything's level. They did it in 40 different places on all my walkways, sidewalk. It's incredible. So I made a 2-minute video to share. Everyone's sending me things. That's incredible. I didn't know you could do that. I go, either did I, but I thought it would be cool if I share it with everyone.
Yeah, that's amazing. I didn't know you could do that either.
It's like the most bitching thing ever. Wait until you see this. You're going to die. Right? So I make so many improvements every day. It's insane. It's literally insane. But you only need to start with making 1 improvement a day, and the 1 will turn into 2, and the 2 will turn into 3. And before long, you'll be caught up in a cyclone of continuous improvement. And your life will start descending or ascending upward to heaven before long.
I can see where that would be the case. That's unbelievable. I have a question about technology and implementation of lean with technology. Where do you see that? Where do you see technology going? Where do you see the implementation or the use case or a process to be able to, where technology can help implement this?
Oh, absolutely. It's a tool. Just like Jim Collins talks in his book, Good to Great. Have you read that book? It's a great book.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
technology is an accelerant. The answer to having a great company is not to focus on technology or focus on AI. Those are tools that are accelerants to a well-run company. You still have to have a well-run, well-organized company with well-trained people. So I love technology. I deploy it all the time. I use AI every day. I used AI already today.
Have you ever thought about creating an AI tool to help people, move their companies towards lean, or
Well, here's one thing we just did. I don't know if this is answering your question, but something we just did because I think AI is very important for all of us to be engaged in. So we have something called AI quick wins. So in our morning meeting, we have one of those keynote slides, AI quick wins. So of the 50 people, if anybody's utilizing AI to help them in their job, they do a quick video and they show everyone else in the company. This is Yokoten spreading the information so we can collaborate together on how AI is being used. For example, I'll give you two examples recently we just did on Quick Wins. Sadara in our office has to download all the Amazon orders every day. Well, she has to do like 5 different clicks. So she went into Claude and wrote a script for Claude to do that automatically. She pushes one button on a Stream Deck, it boom, does all the operations and downloads everything to her. So instead of taking her like 5 or 10 minutes to download all these things, it's one click and she's on to something else. Saves her 3 or 4 hours a week. Okay. Yeah, I could just go on and on and on. We're using AI for everything all the time.
You mentioned that you don't have a finance department.
No.
How,
And
how
we're
do you,
$40 million company too. We're not a
yeah,
little
like,
company.
how do you do that? That
Well,
one,
okay. I mean, we could go on and on, but I love talking about this stuff, so it's
I
really
want
cool.
to,
So we have a CFO who works 3 days a week. His name is Dave. He comes from Seattle. He works 3 days, 3 days a month. He analyzes everything we're doing. Of course, everything's always stellar and outrageous. And he gives me a one-page summary. Ronald Reagan always said, if you can't give it to me in one page or less, then you don't know what you're talking about. And he wouldn't accept it. If somebody gave him a synopsis, it's always one page. So Dave gives me a one-page summary of the finances of our company. And he sends it to me in an email. Actually, it's the only email I get. And I read it. I let AI read it to me out loud, actually. I put it into a thing and it reads everything out loud to me so I can listen to it. And that's it. And he analyzes. So we don't have an accounts receiving, accounts payable. We have 1 or 2 people that handle all that stuff. It's all simple. We're not a bank. We don't go around chasing people for money. Everybody pays their bills on time. If they don't pay their bills on time, they don't do business with us. I mean, there's no games. Everything's just super straightforward. Everything we do is like super simple and straightforward. The minute it gets complicated, we don't do it. We don't accept it. We create a lean process to make it easy.
it's just a different way of thinking, isn't it? It really
Completely.
is.
And that is the key. Toyota has one banner in the entire factory, one banner, and it says, good thinking, good product. It's all about changing the way you think about everything you do. And I'm like so different compared to everybody else the way I do everything. It's just like people are like shocked when they come around me because I just will not accept the bullshit that everybody puts up with on a daily basis.
Yeah, it's true. I see that with you. Even with communicating with you, it's
Mm-hmm.
different. It's special. It's a different way to think. Like, it's clear you have a joyous life. It's clear that you have fun. It's clear that you have this energy and this exuberance for,
Mm-hmm.
constant, never-ending improvement, which is Kaizen.
Yeah.
And actually, I haven't heard you really. I think I've only heard you mention Kaizen one time.
Yeah,
I don't.
it means to make good. It's a Japanese word, kaizen. It's beautiful. And could you imagine, Dwayne, having everyone around you like that? So everyone who's in my universe is this way. From my gardeners to the people at my company to my friends, everyone is this way. What would your life be like if everybody was in this vortex?
Yeah, it would be unbelievable.
It would be unbelievable. It is
Actually,
unbelievable.
I was going to ask.
Everyone in my life is in this vortex. Everyone.
I was going to ask about your wife and kids. Do they follow the same principles? Are they as
Not
committed? Are
not
they?
well, yes, my son very much at a high level. My daughter pretty good. My wife pretty good as well. My wife's amazing, but not as crazy as I am. I am a different breed. I'm just a little bit crazy, but my wife does a phenomenal job. I mean, she runs the company, and I told you there's 6 people in the office in a $40 million company, and she's running. So she's got to be pretty lean thinking if she's doing that, right? She doesn't have
Yep.
30 people around her wiping her ass.
And is she stressed? Like, she's
No,
these?
not at all. Not
No,
at all.
no.
Not at all. No. She
Beautiful.
works too hard though. She works too hard. I think she should work less, but
Explain that,
she's not there
because that
yet.
would explain
Yeah.
that if you
Well,
don't mind. I don't. If you
yeah,
don't,
absolutely. So for me, now we're talking about lean life. We're going to transition into lean life. So this is my philosophy. I'm 65 years old. I came to the realization about 10 years ago when I was 55 years old that life is very short. I can remember when I was 18 years old riding to the beach every day. I remember when I was 30 years old thinking I was going to set the world on fire, buying real estate, doing all the things. I'm 65 years old. I'm like, I have 15 years left in my life. If everything goes right, the average lifespan is 80 years old. We're at 65, 70, 80, done, over with, done, gone. I worked my entire life, worked my ass off. All I do now is travel around the world, have fun, kite surf, do anything I want to do, wake up when I want to wake, go to bed when I want to do, play guitar when I want to play, drink coffee when I want to. Everything is about just enjoying these few years that I have left. My wife loves to work. She literally likes getting up in the morning and going and dealing with all the stuff at work. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. So I'd love to convince my wife to travel around the world with me all the time. We travel all the time. We go to Africa. So many times we've been to Africa. We've been all over the world together. But I would love to do that 24/7. I never want to work another day of my life. She likes to work. I'm not going to try to convince her otherwise. That's what she wants to do. That's what she wants to do. I'd say, honey, plan the vacation. When you want to go on vacation, let's go.
Do you ever see a time where you might sell the company for her to be able to get away, or is
Well,
that
I would do it in 5 seconds if she wanted to do it. She doesn't want to. She loves what she does. I mean, FastCap is a cool company. I mean, it's you got to think about it. Everybody's coming from all over the world to see us all the time. So what's it like? You're the president of the company. My wife, I'm the president, but she doesn't. She's actually the
yeah,
president. I don't
she's the
do anything
president?
anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
But think what it's like when Starbucks walks in the door to your company, when Amazon walks in the door, when everybody walks in the door and says, "Oh, we're from Germany, we're from Switzerland, we want to see your company." That's all day long. She digs
And
it.
do you have an open door policy for
No,
that, or yeah,
no, no,
no?
no, no.
Okay.
Very difficult to get into fast cap. Very
Can I
difficult.
come?
No.
Can I come?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You could come, but it's very,
Thanks,
very,
buddy.
very difficult. But you have to clean the toilets. Everybody has
I'll,
to clean the toilets. We don't care who you are.
I'm good with cleaning
Yeah.
toilets, buddy.
Yeah.
No problem
So,
there.
yeah, no, it's very difficult because we get 3 requests a day from people all over the world. We've never get anything done. So there's a criteria. The criteria is you have to have 100 videos on YouTube. You have to have tours of your company helping other people. You have to have a daily morning meeting, daily 3S'ing, and the president of the company has to come to come on the tour, and you can bring other people. So if you meet those requirements, you can come.
I find this really incredible that you share at the level that you do. It's a great gift, dude. You're serving people at an unbelievable level, and I can't say enough about it. I'm
With
really
great
grateful
joy. With great
to
joy.
call you. I'm grateful to call you a friend now,
I feel the same
and
way.
yeah, it's so beautiful. Uh, I also Japan. Can you? Because
Yeah.
I really want to come to Japan,
Sure.
and I would love to do it with you one day. And so,
Mhm. Great.
how
We'd love to
do
have you.
you? What's the process for somebody to apply to your Japan thing? Your mission? I think
It's a video. Again, it's a 1 to 2 minute video horizontally. Send it to me on WhatsApp and tell me why you want to go to Japan. And then there's requirements. Requirements are you have to be doing 2 second lean. You have to have daily morning meeting, daily 3S'ing. You should be building a culture for a minimum of 3 to 6 months because it's a PhD level course. It's very hardcore, beautiful. Everyone's lives are changed. Most people are in tears by the end of the week. It's a it's an amazing program, but you can see how much I'm rapid firing here.
hmm
You see what I'm doing, the information I'm giving you. So imagine now I'm sitting in front of 16, only 16 people are allowed on the trip. It's a very small trip. Imagine 16 people who already know who I am, who have already read my books, are already practicing this. So I can speak at 10 times the speed I'm speaking at right now. I can disseminate information more robustly because they know where I'm coming from. I'm not explaining anything basic at all. So you have to be prepared when you come to Japan. It's like drinking from a fire hose. So I'm giving you 25 years I've been in Japan. I've traveled the entire country. I know every nook and cranny of Japan. I've met with the top leaders and I'm teaching you about the way the Japanese think and why they accomplish so much, giving you all the historical background when MacArthur was there, pre-MacArthur, the Meiji Restoration, deep history. We're taking you to amazing places. Uh, and so that's what the trip's about. It's basically a 7 day trip. You land
Love
on
it.
Sunday and leave on Sunday.
Love it. I'm curious as you were talking there about the trip, and then my brain went a little bit into like executives and
Mhm.
and C-suite level
Right, right, right.
people. Are there traits that you look for, or that you recommend to people who are hiring into
Mhm.
their company, especially if they're already lean or if they're moving towards lean,
Sure.
that they should look for? What does that kind of look like?
Philopiety, which is the Asian word for respect for elders. Philopiety. So the number one trait that I look for is when I talk to someone, if they tell me who I say, who's the most influential person in your life, they tell me their mother, their father, their grandfather, their uncle, someone who they respect who is older. It tells me they have a decent understanding of the power of wisdom. So that is one of the number one characteristics: gratitude, teamwork, but filial piety, uh, respect for elders, very very important. Humility, a desire to learn, not a know-it-all. Nobody wants to tell me about all the great things they've done. Not interested. I mean, I want to
What do
hear
you
about stuff they've done, but that's not the main thing. I want to know what they want to learn.
how do you solicit desire to learn? I think that's a really, really good one, that that growth mindset, if you will, maybe.
Well, you put them in a work environment, you put them on the Gemba, and this is what we do in Japan. We actually have a dojo, a place where you practice. We actually have a simulated factory in Japan, and we'll put you there and we'll see how you work in that environment, how you work with other team members, how you follow processes, whether or not you learn standards and things like that. So we watch the way you work and interact with other people. If you're curious, if you're humble, if you're willing to ask questions, these are all great characteristics. If you're not afraid to make a mistake, it's very important. We'll never punish anyone for making a mistake. We love mistakes. Make mistakes, great. Let's learn.
Amazing. What if you were to end? Um, what would be the final kind of bumper sticker or your parting shot on this topic? For what comes to your mind on that?
Life is so much fun. Life is so enjoyable in a lean environment where you're improving everything. That's the big thing. Life lean is fun. Life is fun. Let's get after improving. Small
Beautiful.
improvements. Let's get after small improvements.
I think that's a big distinction, eh? I know in myself, it's like, you know, I often overestimate what I can do in a year, but I underestimate what I can accomplish in a decade. And I put this weight on myself
Right. No
to,
burden. Zero. Just make small improvements every day. You don't have to worry about anything else. I don't worry about anything else.
yeah, takes the pressure away, eh?
Oh, it's pure joy. All I do, I know that if I go out there and play guitar every day, I'm going to get better. I know that if I go out there and improve my breathing, I'm going to sing better. I know if when I do my push-ups, I just make sure my form's just a little bit better. If I can squat just a little bit longer, I know all those things. And as I age, those things are very hard to maintain. So if I can, at the base minimum, at 65, at 70, keep continuing at that same level, man, that's tectonic
Mm.
comparatively what everybody else is doing at that age. They're just in rapid decline, taking
Yep.
more pills, more pills, more pills, more pills.
Yep. I 100% agree. Buddy, I can't thank you enough for this time. Holy
You've been
shit.
my
This was a,
favorite. You've been my favorite because I was thinking to myself when you were doing it, Dwayne, rather than me speak up there, it would have been more fun to have you interview me.
oh, that's kind of you, bro.
Really, seriously, it
Thank
would have
you.
been more fun.
Yeah, thanks, man. I really, 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 really value this friendship, and I'm
Mm.
just, you inspire me, and that.
I'm there for you, 1,000%. Anything you need.
Yeah, thank you. How do people find you? We should probably, I always,
Just paulakers.net is my website. You can go on, you can type AKERS, you can type it into Google, you can type it into YouTube. I'm everywhere. It'd be impossible to miss me. I mean, there's so many videos on YouTube, it's everywhere. And then if they want to get a hold of me, just send me a message on WhatsApp. My cell phone number is +1 360 941 3748. I'll say it again, and then you can put it also in the notes. But I don't mind. I'm not. I give my cell phone number to everyone. I'm not. I don't. There's no firewalls to get to me. But you have to send me a message on WhatsApp, Signal, or Voxer, whatever you want. But WhatsApp's the best, really. And just send me a message. I'll always reply back with a voice message. Rarely do I ever type. You always get a voice message back from me or a video.
yeah, true statement.
Yeah, exactly. So
Man, I love it.
360 941 3748, my cell phone number.
Thank you so much for your openness. Thank you for that. Not too many people do that. Guys, I can't encourage you enough to search Paul and really just dig into what he's doing. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of videos that you guys have done, and it's like it's a library of lean. And so,
And there's nothing to buy. There's nothing to buy. There's no checkout store.
which is so rare. So,
Yeah.
God bless you,
Fun.
brother.
It's fun. God bless you. Thanks, Dwayne.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for being on the show.
My pleasure.
Thanks for listening. I appreciate you being with us. If you found value in the show and know a friend or coworker who could benefit from this conversation, please share the link. Remember, each share creates a ripple effect of knowledge and inspiration. And if this podcast has supported you in any way, please support us by clicking the follow or subscribe button.